everyone. I am Dayo Olujoy Kuni. Welcome to morning briefing on Aspheric TV. Good morning, Uncle Mustilala.
Good morning, Dayo. How are you doing?
Fine, thank you. And how was your night?
It was okay. Fantastic.
Okay, now let's go straight to top happenings making headlines on the front pages of Nigeria's national newspapers. The Punch: two policemen and a civilian have been confirmed dead after armed robbers attacked a bullion van conveying money from a bank on Iwo Road to the Idiape area of Ibadan, Oyo State. Punch Metro gathered that one of the hoodlums was also killed during a shootout with the police. The Guardian: nearly a week after the country almost ran aground owing to the withdrawal of large amount of contaminated petrol across states, President Muhammadu Buhari yesterday weighed in on the crisis by ordering that producers and providers of the dirty fuel be held accountable for substandard services and products sold by them. The Nation: according to The Nation, a major row broke out yesterday over the importation of adulterated petrol, also known as fuel. Some of the firms accused by the Nigerian National Petroleum Company, NNPC Limited, of importing the toxic petrol denied culpability. Daily Trust: the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, has announced plans to stop selling foreign currency, forex, US dollar, euro, pound sterling, among others, to banks. Daily Independent: the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, Daily Independent reports, has announced an initiative named RT200 program to stimulate non-oil export with a $200 billion FX income target in the next 3 to 5 years to address inadequate foreign exchange in the country. And that's all. Right now, we're going to a quick break, and when we come back, we'll get to give you the news in details and also analyze them. Welcome back, everyone. Before we go down into the headlines, President Muhammad Buhari has warned foreigners and diplomats representing their countries in Nigeria to stay away from any form of interference in the nation's 2023 general elections. The president, who spoke on Thursday, urged them to focus on their diplomatic duties and responsibilities while allowing local politics to go ahead. I don't know if you saw that. What's your opinion on that?
I believe that there's no way that just like no man is an island.
Mm-hmm.
It's also related to countries. You understand?
Yes.
Nigeria is the most populous black nation in the world, and what happens internally is something that is interest the larger world. You understand? Especially the Western world, because Nigeria, apart from our oil, our population is huge enough that our internal democracy is something of interest to them. So if President Muhammadu Buhari is saying that, look, don't have hands in our local or our internal democracy, it's impossible.
It's trying to tell them to mind their business.
It's trying to tell them to mind their business, although no politician will come out openly to say, look, I'm enjoying the support of, let's say, for instance, UK, United Kingdom. No politician will say so. But behind the scene, the Western world, international community, they will have their own interest too here. They will go as far as sponsoring some candidates. It happens. You understand? Take for instance like President Muhammadu Buhari, the then Goodluck Jonathan. Somehow they pointed an accusing finger at the administration of Barack Obama due to the then administration in the U.S. refusal to sell arms to Nigerian government to fight Boko Haram. You understand? And they also refused to support Nigerian government to trace out the Chibok girls where they were. So, and if you look at it, during that period of 2014 to 2015, one of the major campaigns around the world was bring back our girls.
Yeah.
It wasn't in only Nigeria alone. So the then President Jonathan was seen as a weak president, a president that is incapable of living to expectation, you understand, over the Chibok girls. And that particular Chibok girls incident became something that haunted his administration until the election. So these are the kind of interference that President Muhammadu Buhari is referring to. So you discover that as the political activities pick up, certainly one or two nations will align with interests here. You understand? It happens. You understand? The present administration enjoyed that tremendously from the administration of Barack Obama. So, and they insisted that, look, the election should be free and fair. And when the election was conducted, based on what's behind the scene, President Muhammadu Buhari himself, he said it, look, that Jonathan had to call him due to the pressure from the international community. You understand? So that he gave them the award. He gave them his word that, look, the conduct of the election will be free and fair, and whatever the outcome of the result will be accepted by me. And of which, before the final result, he put the call across to Muhammadu Buhari to accept the defeat. Understand? These are part of the interference. We can't take it, whether we like it or not. That interference will be there. The present administration enjoyed it, and the incoming benefited from it. Probably the president is like looking at I believe that he is talking specifically to the opposition party. You understand? Because what if they are enjoying, if the ruling party is enjoying that support, he won't have problem with that. But provided the opposition is enjoying that support from the foreign country, certainly the government will not take it. No government around the world will take it.
Okay, thank you so much for that. So, the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, has announced that it will stop selling forex to deposit money banks, DMBS, by the end of 2022. Well, according to reports, this was made known by the CBN Governor Godwin Emefiele. He stated this in Abuja at the end of the Bankers Committee meeting, where he also introduced the RT200 program. According to the Apex Bank Governor, banks need to go out and source for forex by funding entrepreneurs with ideas. Emefiele said that the CBN will support the banks by granting rebates and other support until the banks find their feet in sourcing their forex by themselves. He also said that CBN's policies and measures have led to a significant improvement in diaspora inflow from an average of $6 million US dollars per week in December 2020 to an average of over $100 million US dollars per week by January 2022. According to him, the CBN will review these intervention programs going forward to ensure that they continue to achieve their desired results. So they are pushing away foreign exchange.
You see, only days ago, yes, IMF came up and told Nigeria that, look, they gave them, they have been saying it before, but just 2 days ago, IMF with its report advised Nigerian government, specifically CBN, to say, look, stop pegging of naira to dollar. What it means is that the current forex policy is, I think, 350 naira to $1. So what
I
IMF
think
is saying now is that, look, do not peg it, liberalize it, so that if you can get your dollar, even if it's at 1 naira, you get it from whatever source you can get it. It's fine. You understand? But it has adverse effect on the Nigerian economy. Why? We only have one source of foreign revenue earning, which is oil. You understand? It's when Nigeria sell crude oil, then we get dollar back. Then part of it, if it is in excess, it goes into excess crude account. You understand? So you discover that as what the CBN governor is proposing is going to have adverse effect on the nation's economy.
Yes,
whether
definitely.
we like it or not, because that CBN intervention, is supposed to remain there. I know quite okay that the CBN is suffering forex problem, but let them continue to intervene and chunk money. Otherwise, we'll suffer a lot. Okay, let me give you how difficult it is. If the CBN, what is the CBN is saying now, that look, go and source for your forex yourself. Go and source dollar for yourself. A bank like say, for instance, let's say First Bank. If you're a manufacturer and First Bank is your bank, what they are saying is that go to First Bank. First Bank should be able to source and give you dollar. So by the time your bank, which is First Bank, when you approach First Bank for that dollar, you said, okay, you need like $1 million. If First Bank, for instance, go to a country like Benin Republic, since them too they are into importation of vehicle and other diseases, if they can source for that $1 million from Benin, and they are going to give you that, certainly how they manage to suffer to get that forex will determine the amount they will give you in exchange. Of which that I will tell you that every Nigerian businessman is an opportunist. Whether they get it at a lower rate, they will give you at a higher rate.
Yeah.
So you as a manufacturer, let's say you manufacture something like food processing business. By the time you process your food and it hits the market, it will be at a higher cost, and then the inflation will continue to continue. You understand? That is why it's CBN should be very careful with whatever advice they will take from IMF. You understand? They are talking about total removal of fuel subsidy. They are talking about liberalizing the forex regime. These two things matters to the life of an average Nigerian. You understand? If they are going to liberalize the dollar, Nigeria is a consumer nation. We don't produce. Nigeria depend on that dollar for importation. You understand? Until when Nigeria diversify the economy and stop relying on oil, we will continue to suffer forex problem. That's just the truth. You understand? So the government has been talking about, not this government alone, starting from 1999, they have been talking about the diversification of the economy. They talk about agri, they talk about this, they talk about that. Although this present government has invested much in agriculture, you understand? But have they invested the right way? You understand? Because some analysts are saying, look, if the government had invested into the right hands, today we wouldn't be suffering food shortage. You understand? Although some other factors contributed to what we are experiencing today. You understand? For instance, like the insecurity, people farm. Before they could access their farm, they have to pay bandits to access their farm. So it counts to what we are facing today. But the truth is that the government claims to have invested much in farming. You understand? But the end product and the end users, the consumers, are finding it difficult to access this product because of high cost of living. You understand? So at a time like this, Nigerian government, the CBN, should not burden the income of Nigerians anymore. You understand? They shouldn't gamble with policies. To me, total liberalization of the forex regime, it will bring about high cost of living more. Inflation. Already we are suffering inflation, 2-digit inflation. By the time they do that, it will be hyperinflation. You understand? So, and it will be a problem. Who will bear the consequences? Who will bear the brunt? You and I, the commoners. You understand? So it's something that they need to think very well
before they. Okay. Governor Babagana Zulum of Borno State has disclosed that the activities of Boko Haram terrorists will be curtailed before 2023. When I read that, I was like, is that possible to curtail it before 2023. I read on the Borno governor stated that President Muhammad Buhari has promised to end insurgency before the expiration of his tenure next year. He made this known in a chat with State House correspondent after a meeting with President Muhammad Buhari at the presidential villa in Abuja. The governor had disclosed that no fewer than 30,000 repentant terrorists from the Boko Haram and Islamic State West African province ISWAP groups have surrendered to the government so far. He, however, clarified that the Borno government does not offer any incentive to the terrorists to come out of the forest, stating that they surrendered on their own. Looking at what I just read, Uncle Musti Lala, do you think terrorism can be curtailed before 2023? It looks, unachievable somehow.
Dayo, his language there is technical. Curtailing. He didn't say eradicate.
Yeah.
He said curtailing. That to curtail here means if, let's say, now they could move from point A to point M. So the curtailing there, what it means there now is when they could not move to point M anymore and they stop at point F, government has succeeded in curtailing them. But we are not talking about curtailing them. We are talking about total eradication.
But is it possible to eradicate it?
It's possible. It's possible.
Because there are insecurity all over the world.
Yeah, Dayo, you discover that it's far from other countries too have experimented that. You understand? Sri Lanka, we had case of Tamil tigers who are terrorists. Along the line, they were demolished, and today, that country, Sri Lanka, is enjoying free. Is free of terrorism. In our own case here, it's a very simple thing. Simple in the sense that, look, these terrorists are confined to only one geographical location, which is northeast. This administration, they have tried, because if you look at prior to 2015, they were everywhere. I mean, even in Abuja here, several places have been bombed.
Yes.
In Kaduna, several places have been bombed. They were making attempts to spread to Lagos. But today now we are talking about only one place, which is in northeast. Not only in, not the entire northeast. We are talking about between the state of Borno and Yobe, which to some extent we could say government has been able to confine the activities to these two states. Understand? So it's what the governor is saying now. Between now and 2023, there will be serious drastic reduction in the activities of Boko Haram. And what are the activities? Occasionally, they will come along the highway in Borno, block the highway, abduct people, kill security forces, and take them away. Occasionally, they will move out, attack a military formation, and kill soldiers and go back. So, we are not, as Nigerians, we are not looking forward to curtailing, because that curtailing, it has already happened. For them not to be everywhere like in 2014, we could say the activities have been curtailed. Government should move beyond curtailing. Government should live by their word to say, okay, not even degrade. We are not looking at degrading anymore. Eliminate them. Because as long as they continue to exist, Nigeria will be losing a lot of money.
Yes.
The revenue, part of our revenue is going into funding of anti-terror program. We're talking about reform reforming the combatant Boko Haram, ex-terrorist. That one is ongoing. Nobody know how much is being spent there. Then government has not even talked about resettlement of the so-called IDP, the people that hitherto they have means of livelihood. Today, many of them they don't have. Government is not looking into that. So as long as this terrorism continue to drag, Nigeria will continue to spend much money, and the human cost on our military, on our armed forces is there too. So, Governor Babagana Zulum, President Muhammadu Buhari, they should look beyond curtailing activities of Boko Haram. Nigerians will welcome their total defeats. Let's get something right here. I know it's very something that it's emotional. Sentiment will come into play. There are so many means to end terrorism. It's not only through military confrontation alone. Like we said yesterday, Boko Haram, they are ideologically based terrorist group. The onus to their defeats, the defeat here doesn't mean only those ones that are carrying arms. It means tackling the ideology that gave birth to Boko Haram or ISWAP. You understand? So the onus is on the part of the religious leaders. They should be able to counter what drives Boko Haram with spurious argument. Otherwise, today we are dealing with Boko Haram. Tomorrow, something more dangerous could come up again. You understand? Like we said yesterday, where there is poverty is linked to anarchy. You understand? It's there. In the development economy, it's there. As long as poverty continue, there's every tendency that there will be anarchy, like we are already grappling with. So government, all the stakeholders must put hand on their deck to make sure that the ideology that gave birth to Boko Haram should be tackled. You understand? The aspect that the government is talking about is the aspect of fighting terrorism. How do we even know that, the so-called repentant, have they repented truly?
Or maybe some of them are informants.
Like Senator Ali Ndume said it. Sometimes last year he said, look, one of the colonel, a senior officer that was killed, that one of the so-called repentants provided the information to the terrorists that led to the ambush of the military convoy. You understand? So Governor Babagana Zulum said, look, that we did not induce them financially to renounce terrorism. Let's take him by his word. Maybe somehow the terrorists themselves, they are tired. They said, okay, we want freedom, and they came out. You understand? But we are setting bad example. These are killers. People that have killed many Nigerians. People that maimed and killed, raped women. Today, they are enjoying a comfort, and government is providing them food. Whereas their victims are there languishing in IDP camps, struggling to survive. So what kind of signal are we sending to the Nigerians? It means we are sending their signal to say, okay, commit any crime and you still walk.
Tomorrow just come and tell us that you have repented.
So, Dayo, over to you. You are in the media, so probably you guys will know how to send the message across.
No, but we shouldn't cease to commend this administration because so far so good they've been able to curtail.
Yes. So, if anyone that criticizes them over Boko Haram, that probably that person is not sincere. You understand? In Abuja here, you could see bomb exploding, even on the police force headquarters here in Abuja here. An attempt was made on the convoy of the then IGP. You understand? Down to the inside the force headquarters there. You understand? Several places, even in Jaji, inside military formation, it was bombed. You understand? So, but today we are talking about only in Borno and Yobe. Even not Yobe. Yobe is not the larger Yobe. It's maybe one or two local government. Even in Borno, it's just northern Borno. You understand? So, government has been able to dealt with them confine the activity to only one place. Now they should move the governor and the commander-in-chief, President Muhammadu Buhari. They should move beyond curtailing to their total defeat.
But
by now,
so remind you, sir, 2023 is just by the corner. It's
Yes.
here already. It's not just by the corner. It's here already.
Yes.
The time is just too short for him to be able to eradicate
see.
it, because, humanly speaking, and to be in all sincerity,
yeah,
I don't think it doesn't look like they will be able to eradicate it in this short period, because, I mean, his administration is almost done.
see,
So it's like you are giving it
I
to
believe
the other
the governor, you see, the
administration
governor,
coming.
President Muhammadu Buhari would like to see that he writes his name in the Hall of Fame. You remember that part of his campaign in 2014, 2015 was on this same Boko Haram, of which I think some people said he gave a time limit. Said, okay, within 6 months. Instead of 6 months, now we are in the 7th.
But because it's very, very hard. When
It's
you are
very
not
hard.
in it, you wouldn't
So,
know how hard it is until you
he
enter.
is the commander-in-chief.
Mm.
He's privy to all the classified information, which is not out there for you and I. You understand? So his commanders, his service chiefs, they are feeding him with the classified information. So maybe let's take it that, look, they are working based on classified information being supplied to them. You understand? As at now, we don't even know the strength of the terrorist. You understand? We don't know. Even the speculation, even the forecast by UN that we talked about it yesterday, of a new terrorist group linked to ISIS.
Yes, ISIS.
You understand? All these are just projection. You understand? Based on intel, but it's not accurate. You understand? So we don't know the strength of the terrorist. You understand? We don't know their number, their size. You understand? Probably President Muhammadu Buhari is getting the accurate information from his service chiefs regarding their strength. You understand? So I believe, let's take them by their words that, look, before 2023, something will be done.
Okay, now let's now go to sport. Well, it's on FIFA ranking. Well, Super Eagles of Nigeria have been ranked third in Africa and 32nd in the world.
Yeah.
In the latest FIFA ranking released by the World Football Governing Body on Thursday. Well, according to reports, Nigeria came third in Africa behind Morocco and the winner of the recently concluded African Cup of Nations, AFCON, Senegal, rising 4 places in the world ranking. The top 10 best teams in Africa are Senegal, Morocco, Nigeria, Egypt, Tunisia, Cameroon, Algeria, Mali, and Ivory Coast in the same order. While the top 10 best teams in the world includes Belgium, Brazil, France, Argentina, England, Italy, Spain, Portugal, Denmark, and Netherlands. In a statement on its website, that's FIFA website, FIFA said that the new ranking method named SUM, that sum, relies on adding and subtracting 0.1 or lost for a game to and from the previous point totals, rather than averaging game point over a given time period as in the previous version of the world ranking. Let's say Nigeria weren't pushed away because of their inability to overcome. I think we would have been on the top list. Unfortunately,
well, we are not in the.
not that
if
bad.
it is about the African ranking, we are not too.
It's not that bad. Third.
We are third. So, but at the global level, we are 30 something.
That's
so
too.
It's football is not something of it's not theory. It's something of practical.
Yes.
You understand? So it's all about performance. The performance here doesn't mean what our performance at the AFCON only. Remember what they said?
Yes.
It's being rated based on time frame. So from previous matches. What it means now, ahead of World Cup qualification, Nigeria must be ready to play friendlies. The more we play friendlies and perform well, our rating will continue to increase. You understand? But sadly, up to now, we have not tackled the issue of our manager, technical coach. Is still an interim coach that we have now. So NFFF should wake up and provide Nigeria Super Eagle with a substantial coach. You understand? We need it now. It shouldn't be something of Guavon will still be feeling that, look, I'm an interim, I'm an ad hoc coach. You understand? They should make, if they are going to make him permanent coach, they should make it, sign an agreement, the MOU with him and make him, sign their contract with him and make him our permanent coach, so that, you know, there is a sense of belonging.
Yes.
When it's being pronounced that, look, you are the coach in this case. So they should go into that. Congratulations to Nigeria. Being third in Africa is commendable. Remember that we didn't go beyond the second round. We were eliminated at the second round, but we still came third. Egypt that played the final, they are behind us. You understand? So it's commendable. Our position in Africa is commendable. Even in the global this thing is it's also commendable. But we should be able to harness all our resources. Remember that football is what gives Nigerians, an average Nigerian, joy.
And there is this glory
when Nigeria is playing. So we are so attached to our Super Eagle. So the moment our Super Eagle is not performing, it means part of our joy, part of our happiness is taken away from us. So government should solve the problem of our coach and prepare ahead of the Qatar 2022 qualification. Nigeria must qualify. It's a must that we must qualify and be there. You understand? Whether we like it or not, we must qualify and be at the Qatar 2022.
We must qualify and be at the Qatar 2022. Thank you everyone for staying with us on Morning Briefing at Spheric TV. I am Dayo Olujuwon Ekuni. Thank you so much, Uncle Musti Lala, for always giving us analysis promptly. Thank you everyone. Please do not forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on all our social media handles: Facebook at Aspheric News, Instagram at aspheric.news, and Twitter at Aspheric News. Thank you and have a wonderful day. Bye.